Well, a number of MPs are seeking to throw a few amendments out there, and this Friday, in fact, they're calling on the public to talk about that and address that. A few changes there. You can now vote, you will be able to vote your LC1 and 2 by lining up against, behind your candidate of choice. Many have questioned that and much more. This is Newsnight.
By Bank of Africa Mobile Wallet.
Welcome to Newsnight this evening. I'm joined by Raphael Magyezi, who's the chairman of Parliament's committee in charge of local government. Good evening, Raphael.
Good evening.
Welcome to Newsnight.
Thank you.
Yes, so the first thing someone told me is, why are we, after all these 15 years, it should be 15 years now.
16 years.
16 years, going back to seek these leaders? Why do we need them? The LC1, which is the village, and LC2, which is parish.
Thank you. That's a good one. Do we need our LOC leaders? Do we need the chairmen of these local councils and chairpersons? Yes, we do. Governance cannot be complete unless we have the whole structure in place. Okay. We cannot talk of NRM is in charge, Parliament is there, when the lower councils are virtually not there. We're talking about their key role in terms of security, law and order. They do a great job recommending people for key documents, travel documents, identification and so on. And they handle even justice at their level. A number of cases, they resolve a number of cases, and generally overseeing service delivery. Now, it's important when you talk about choosing a chairperson of your village. Yes. You are looking at the people who are going to look after service delivery in the place where you reside.
Accountability to the citizens.
Monitoring, link between the citizen and government, it is this LOC chairperson. So it's absolutely important. And then we are now talking about the women councils as well. Yes. So the election we should be holding is both for the LOCs and the women councils. Yes. It's absolutely important. We cannot talk about governance when the structure is loose at the lower level.
But we're looking at the linkages being, there's so many people placed in all these different points of linkages, and we're thinking, why now even that particular point is important? Because does that make the roles of others negated? Are they not doing enough?
No, it doesn't negate the roles of the others. But look at, the point is made. 16 years, these guys have not been elected. Now you're talking about constitutionality and legality. We are way off the road. The Constitution requires that these LOCs be elected every 5 years.
We've missed that mark.
We've missed that
clearly, yes.
But also look at the flow of information and the whole spectrum of service delivery. The chairperson LOC5, or the district chairperson, gets his full backup from the LOC3s, the sub-counties. Similarly, the sub-counties get their full backing from the villages. So the minute the foundation is weak, the rest of the structure is compromised.
Up already.
Then you talk about the multi-party dispensation. So how can you talk about government delivery of its programs, the parties disseminating their ideology without these local leaders? I think for me it is absolutely important. It does not water down the roles of other leaders, but it simply emphasizes the role of these.
That they're core there.
Yeah, the core
now, let's talk about the amendments, starting with rolling out of the voter register. They're giving it 2 days, seeking to give it 2 days.
Yeah.
Voter register, when you roll it out, it's all these things. My name is not right. My name is not there.
Yeah.
Where am I going to vote from?
Exactly.
All those questions.
Exactly.
Is this enough time for all of this? Are we saying there are few people in each spectrum that we don't really need to roll out many days?
Well, let me first correct the impression that this is coming from us members of Parliament. No, this is the bill brought by the executive, by government. Government has brought to Parliament the Local Government Amendment Bill 2016, and in her wisdom the Speaker sent it to the committee in charge of that sector. So it is the bill of government, it's a government bill, and they are proposing a number of things. As you said, the first one, display of the voters register.
Yes.
In the current law, Section 159A of the Local Governments Act, we're given 21 days.
21 days.
Yeah. But the minister and government are saying, no, this can be done within 2 days.
Because the argument was that, I mean, everyone knows everyone in the village or the parish. Why must you get 21 days? It might waste time and funds.
Not only that, the register is there. We've just used it for the last
for the general election.
So it's already there.
But there were still questions with even after the general election.
Exactly. Even now there will be questions. Because if this is the register used last year, of necessity some people have died. Of necessity some young people who were not of voting age that time have now become of voting age. Of necessity some people have moved in and out.
Yes.
So people must look at the register, confirm that these are the voters. But 2 days, are they enough? Are they not enough? It's something that we would like to interface with the ministries and with the public. Say, what do you think of this?
Yes, let's go to the biggest question in everyone's mind. Are we really going to actually accept for a candidate and voters lining up behind? I mean, there's so much. There's the pressure of actually being seen. So-and-so voted for so-and-so. Secret ballot can allow for all of us to be hypocrites.
Flavia, you are right. I totally agree with you on that. And a number of people have voiced their concern on that. Lining up, some people are saying it's archaic, it's backward, and it's too open. I may even not vote for you, even if you are my neighbor. I may not even vote for you, even if you are my family member. So it could breed hatred. People will... And
we're all in the same village.
And people are in the same village, and tomorrow you are there. Yeah. I didn't vote for you, and yet you went through. So how will I face you? This is a valid argument. It's certainly very valid. But then you have to look at other factors. The government has not held these elections simply because they say they don't have the money. They came to Parliament, presented a bill of 550 billion in order to use the secret ballot. And we tried to trim it down. It came down to 37 billion. Government still said they don't have the money. So
I think I'm seeing about 7, 10 billion.
You're now talking about 7, 10 billion.
And that's still not enough?
That one...
Even with our method of lining up and 2 days.
The Electoral Commission is saying if this were only for LOCs, yes, but we are going to also have the women councils. They've also come up with some 2 other arguments today. Say, how about the nomination costs? Because the ministry had not talked about this. How about elections for the new districts, newly created districts and municipalities? Now they have also brought up the issue of the Kampala capital city. Within the law, we're supposed to have street committees.
So the funds are not enough?
The funds are saying are not enough. So we've sent them back to discuss it.
And
review government. It. Review it, come back to us tomorrow, and we go through it. But also, I take the opportunity to invite the public on Friday. Come and interface with us. The gates of Parliament are open for you to give your views, for you to give written memoranda. The political parties, what do you think of the LOC elections? Because we have campaign on one day, is this adequate? Other related issues of the LOC elections and the women council.
Thank you so much, Raphael Magyezi, Chairman of Parliament Committee in charge of local government. That's Newsnight.